This video is going to be I-130 petition process on part 2. In this video, I'm going to go over the I-130 on form, okay, and then show you exactly how I will fill that as a petitioner. If it's something you want to know, just stay tuned and I'll be right back.
USA Monde.
Hello my beautiful people, this is John from USA Monde and welcome back and thanks for watching. If it's your first time on my channel, as always, welcome. If you are new here, we talk about immigration. Well, I help newcomers and permanent resident here in the United States of America, also US citizen. Okay, if you've been watching my video so far, you never subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, at the end hit the like button. Okay, so today, like I say in the introduction, I'm gonna go over the I-130 form. Okay, I-130 petition form basically is the I-130 form. So that's the form you the petitioner are going to fill out if you want a petition for a relative. You know, by relative I mean your spouse, your children, your siblings, your parent. Okay, that's the first form you're going to fill out. But don't make a mistake. If you fill it up, if you petition for your spouse, you're going to fill up the I-130A as well. But today's video is just about I-130. So if you're ready to see exactly how I will fill the form out as a petitioner, let's go in front of my computer so I can show it to you. Okay guys, to get an I-130 form, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to this website here, which is uscs.gov/I-130. okay, once you're on this page, this is how the page gonna look like. By the way, you come to this page, gonna look like this. If you wanna file it online, you click on file online, but you have to remember, before you file this form online, you have to open a USCIS account. Okay, and there are instructions on the page about how to open the USCIS account. And then you come down here, so you click on form I-130 PDF, and also it's more advisable to click on the instruction of the form to read through it. I went through it the other day, show you roughly how it looks like. So you just click on that one, read through everything, all the instruction on how to fill up the form properly, and then from there, when you're ready to fill up the form, you come to the form I-130 PDF, you click on that. So once you click on that, this is how the form gonna look like, which is a petition for alien relative. Okay, and then you're gonna start fill up this form with part 1. Okay, so part 1 over here is a relationship. Okay, you are the petitioner, your relative is a beneficiary. They just explain to you the relationship. Okay, so about you and the person you are filing for. So over here, you choose over here, I'm filing this petition for my, okay, if it's your spouse, you check this box, your parent, this one, your brother and sister, your child. So you choose the person you are petitioning for. That's why they put relationship here. Okay, now on number 2, if you are filing this petition for your child or parent, select the box that describes your relationship. So see, this child was born to parents who were married to each other at the time of the child's birth. So basically, if you guys were married, you the petitioner and then the child's mother get married at the child's birth, that's what you choose. If you are the stepchild, and if you are a step parent, then you petition for your stepchild, and then you choose this one. Child was born to parents who were not married to each other at the time of the child's birth. So basically, if you guys were not married before the child was born, you click this one. Child was adopted, okay, if the child was adopted, then you check this one here. Then you move to 3. Okay, 3 is about what? If the beneficiary is your brother and sister, are you related by adoption? If yes, you check yes. If no, you check no. Over here, you move to 4. Did you gain a lawful permanent resident status or citizenship through adoption? If it's yes, you click no. If it's no, you click no. So this is about you, the petitioner. Okay, this form is for you, the petitioner. And then that's part 1. And then from there, we're gonna move to part 2. So part 2 will start over here. You see here, information about you, the petitioner. So you, the petitioner, you're gonna put your information here. So you start with an alien registration number. In case you have a number, you put that A number here. Okay, and if you have a USCIS account or online account, like I say, if you're going to file the petition online, you create that account. But if you have that account and for something else you have that account, just put the account number here. Your social security number, if you have it, you put it here. Then over here, that's where you put your full name. Okay, let me see. Just jump quick. Okay, you put your full name here. I mean, for your family name, which is your last name, your first name, which is also called given name, your middle name, you put it right here. All right, and then from here, well, the part 2 will continue. So we're on 4C. Then you're gonna move to 5. 5 is other name used. If you use other name, you the petitioner, you use other name before, another name before, you just put those name over here, the family name, the first name, and the middle name. Other information, okay. Let's say city and town, village of birth, that's where you were born at. You put that information here. The country you were born over here. The date of birth, you put it right here. If you are male or female, you check the appropriate bus, okay. And then we move to 10A. 10A basically from 10 is about mailing address, where you receive your mail, okay, the address on which you receive your mail, you the petitioner, you put it here. So if you, let's say you live with your brother, and your brother is whose name is on the address, you put in care of, you put your name of your brother here. Let's say in care of John Smith, you put in care of John Smith, and then you put the address and the street number, okay, and the apartment, if there is a street or floor, you put it right here. The city or town where you live, where you received your email. If it's let's say it's on Bronx, New York, you put Bronx, New York. Sorry, city or town, you put Bronx, okay. If it's a town, you put the name of the town. The state, you put New York over here, you put a zip code. If it's a province usually here in United States of America, we don't use province. Canadian use province. So you put, if the mailing address go to a Canadian address, whatever, just put a province here, and then postal code. Okay, postal codes, those are the one Canadian use as well. And then the country, if it's United States, you put United States. If it's Canada, you put Canada. And then on 11 over here, is your current mailing address the same as your physical address? If it's yes, you check yes. Physical address meaning that where you live, okay. So if it's yes, you check yes. If it's no, you check no. And then from there, I think you have to provide information about your physical address. You see over here is address history. So physical address, that's where you put the information about the physical address, street name, or if it's apartment, street or floor, city or town, state, zip code. If it's province, like I say, Canadian or province, or like a Quebec or whatever, you just put it here. Postal code from Canadian also, you put it here. And then in United States of America, we use a zip code. Okay, you put a zip code there. And then the country is going to be here. If it's United States of America, you put USA. And then the day from which you were living on that address, you put it from, maybe let's say from January 2020, January 1st 2020 to now, you put January 2020 to put now. You know, if you didn't move, it should be present. Okay, you just you can put present here, or put the current date. But if you move, then you put the date, or you live there to the date you left the address. Okay, then you put the second physical address. So basically, for the physical address, they ask you to provide the physical address for the last 5 years. Okay, for the last 5 years, inside or outside United States of America. That's why you provide, not just on the current one. Okay, and then you put the number 2, you know. And then from there, you're gonna move to part 2. Continue here. It's a I don't want to skip anything here. So on 16, show your marital information. How many times have you been married? If it's only one time, you put one time. If you never, just put 0. Okay, so current marital status, are you single? If you're single, you check this one. Never married, check this one. You married, check this. Divorce, check this. Widow, this. Separate, and annulate, basically if the marriage was annulate. Okay, and then from there we're going to move to 18. This is still a part 2. Okay, the part 2, 18. Then from here, this asks you information about the date of marriage, in case you were married, you know, date of current marriage, if current married. So you put the date you were married here. The place of current marriage, you put a place. okay, this city or town or state and province or country where you were married. And then from there they say name of all your spouses. So, let's say you get married before you got divorced to two different women, you're gonna put information of those people here. The first spouse, you put a name here, last name, first name, middle name. The second one, you put it here, okay. And if you got third one also, you put you add all those information. Cause you have space on, I think on part 10 where you can provide additional information, okay. And from here we put information about your parents. So you, the petitioner, you're gonna put information about your parent. You put your father. You can put the information of your father first, and then your mother, okay. Your father's first name, last name, first name, middle name, the date of birth of your father. Eventually you put male for your father, and then for your mother, you do the same thing, but you put female, okay. And then 26, let's move to 27 here. Country of birth of your parent. If you're talking about your dad, you put the country of birth of your dad over here. On 28, you put a city, town, village of residence of your dad, or country of residence of your dad. You put it here. The second parent will be your mother. You put your mother information here: her first, her last name, her first name, her middle name, her date of birth. You check on female, country of birth of your mom, city, town, village of residence, where she lives right now, and then the country where she lives right now. From there, we move to 36. Additional information about you. So over here you say so if you're a US citizen, you check this one. If you are lawful permanent resident, you check this one here. If you are US citizen, complete item 37, meaning that you come down here. So my citizenship was acquired through, so let's say you get a citizenship through birth. Maybe you were born here in the United States of America, you check this one. Through naturalization, you were naturalized, you check this one. Or through your parent, you check this one. On 38, have you obtained a certificate of naturalization or a certificate of citizenship? And if it's yes, you check yes. If it's no, you check no, okay. And then from there, if you receive a certificate of naturalization, you're gonna put a certificate number, the certificate number here, okay. You put it right here, the place where that certificate was issued. You put that place on 39B, and then the date it was issued, you put a date over here. Then from there, we're gonna move to part 2, 40. So 40 is still information about you, the petitioner. If you are lawful permanent resident, then you're gonna put your class of admission. So the class of admission, it should be on your green card, okay. You check that, you see that, and then you put it right here. And then the date of admission, you put a date you become a permanent resident, we put that as well. The place of admission, if it was New York City, you put on Bronx in New York as a state, okay. So did you gain lawful permanent resident through status, through marriage, to a US citizen or lawful permanent resident? If that's the case, you check yes. If no, you check no. Now we're gonna move to 42. So 42 will be employment history about you, the petitioner, okay. You will put your employer. So over here they say provide your employment history for the last 5 years, whether inside or outside United States of America. So it's going to be just for the last 5 years. So basically from 2015 to now, okay. I would say so from August in 2015 to August 2020, it's been 5 years. So you put the name of your employer, the address of your employer, you put it right here, city, state, the zip code. If it's a province like in Canada, you put it there. Maybe in your country, if you guys use province and postal code, you put this information. You put a country, your occupation, what were you doing? Let's say you were nurse, you put nurse over here, the date you were nurse. From that day you start working from that company, from which day to which day, okay. You put that, you fill up the form. If you need additional space to provide additional information, there is, you go to parts, I think part 9, there is a space over there where you can provide additional information. I'm going to go over there by the end of this video. And then from there, this is a 45, right? And then we're gonna move to 46. The second employer, do the same thing, occupation, all that, fill it up correctly. And then from there, we're going to move to part 3. Part 3 is biographic information about you, the petitioner. Provide the biographic information about you, the petitioner, so that your ethnicity, you put it here. Your race, if you're white, check this one. If you're Asian, you're black, you check this one. American, India, you check this one. Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, you put it right here. Your height, your put in feet and inches. Let's say it's 6 feet 7 inches. You put on 6 and then 7. You check the box over here, like this one. You choose the right number. Okay. Your weight, you do the same thing. You put, let's say you weight 120 pound, 120 pound. You just put it right here. Your eye color, you put that information there. And then that's 5. Then we move to part 3, number 6, and the hair color, you fill that form as well. From there, you're gonna move to part 4. Part 4 is information about beneficiary. Let's say you petition for your spouse. So this is the information. This will be the information about your spouse, the beneficiary. You file the petition for your children. I mean, let's say your daughter. It's gonna be for your daughter here. Your brother. This part is gonna be about your brother. Okay. In this case, let's say it's your spouse. So if your spouse has an alien or registration number, you're gonna put it here. Has a U.S. TS account, it's gonna go here. If your spouse got a U.S. Social Security number, you put it right here. The beneficiary name, also you put your spouse name, last name, first name, middle name, other name your spouse used before, you're gonna put it there as well. Okay. And then from there, other information about beneficiary, like a city, town, village of birth, country of birth of your spouse, who is this beneficiary in this case, the date of birth for your spouse. If it's a male, you check this one. If it's female, you check this one. On 10, has anyone else ever filed a petition for the beneficiary? So if somebody filed a petition for your spouse before, you check yes. If no, you check no. If you don't know, you check no. Okay. And then that's 10. We're gonna move to 11, beneficiary physical address, meaning where the beneficiary lives now. So you're gonna, if your spouse lives here in the United States of America, you provide the address where she lives, the city, the state, the province, the postal code if it's applied to the country where she lives or he lives. The country here, you put it here. Okay. Order, address, and contact information. So over here, you have to know that they say if the beneficiary lives outside the United States of America in a home without a street number, leave on item 11A, which is street number. You don't have to put a street number here, you just leave it blank. Okay. Or you can put NA. All right. Other addresses and contact information. So provide the address in the United States of America where the beneficiary intend to live. So when the beneficiary, your spouse, comes to United States of America, where she gonna live or where he gonna live, or you provide that information. If it's the same as the one you put here, just put the same. If not, then you just provide the information of that address. Okay. And then you fill it up completely. Everything, the zip code, the street address. Let's see over here. Okay, over here, provide a beneficiary address outside the United States of if different from the 11. So if it's different than, if she lives on another address outside United States of America, which is different than the one you just fill out here on 11, just you fill it up. Or if it's the same, you just type the same at 13A over here, you type all the same. Okay. And then we're gonna move down to on 15. 15 is still information about beneficiary, or her phone number, or his phone number, mobile number, email address. You put it right here. So beneficiary marital status information. So of course, how many times has the beneficiary been married? If your spouse never get married, or that's the first time you guys get married, she or he get married to you, you put 1 over here. Okay, because your spouse means that you guys get married, you're gonna put 1. or he or she get married before, then you put it. If it's twice, 2 times or 3 times, you put it here. Current marital status, of course, you guys are married, okay? But if the person you petition for is not married, you just put a single, never married, divorce, or widow, separate, or annuled. You put that, and you put the date of your current marriage. So if you guys on current marriage, if it's on your spouse, you put the date over here. And then place of beneficiary, current marriage, meaning that, you know, the place where that person, you guys can get married, okay? The city, put city or town, state, or province, and the country. Name of beneficiary spouse. Let's say your spouse get married from other people before, so basically you're gonna, he or she gonna provide the information of those people on he or she get married to before and they get divorced. So you're gonna, the first spouse is gonna put the last name or first name and middle name of this first spouse, on the date on the marriage ended, you know, you're gonna put it right here. The same thing with the spouse 2, and then if there is a spouse on 3, 4, okay, I think there is a spouse 3, okay, yeah, 2, and then from there to 23, we're gonna move to 24, which is where when the marriage ended. Basically over here you put that information. Then we're gonna move to information about beneficiaries family. Now we are in information on beneficiaries on family, okay? So what this one is about is provide information about the beneficiaries on spouse and children, okay? So the beneficiary basically your spouse, and so your spouse gonna provide your information basically on this one. On if you guys have a kid, she's gonna provide that information as well. Over here on person 1, okay? So so it's gonna say spouse and the children. Person 1, if it's gonna be you can put on you the his spouse or her spouse. I'm gonna put that information here, last name or first name or middle name. Relationship, so that's your spouse, you put it here. The date of birth, okay? So that would be the date of birth of your date of birth, basically, because you are the petitioner and the beneficiary is a spouse. You put it here. The country of birth is gonna go over here. And then for person number 2 can be your child. If you guys don't have a child, then you put that child information here, last name of the child, or first name of the child, middle name. The relationship, basically, if it's your daughter or son, you put it right here. Date of birth and of that child, and then the country of birth of that child. If you have another child, you're gonna go to person number 3. Okay, if you have another person, like person number 4, person, you see here, person number 4, person number 5. Okay, and that's you fill up everything here completely, and then from there, that's 44. Then we're gonna go to 44. 45, and 45 is a beneficiary entry information. So basically over here on 45, say, was the beneficiary ever in the United States of America? If it's yes, you check yes. If you no, you check no, meaning that they just want to know if that person ever come to United States of America. If the beneficiary is currently in the United States of America, complete the item on 46A, 46D. 46A is basically when he or she arrived to United States of America in a class of admission. So the class of admission should be on the passport, or maybe she can, or he or she can get it from the I-94 on in the I-94 information. Okay, then we put if that person left the country from I-94 arrival departure record, you put the I-94 information basically here. Okay, the I-94 number, you put it here. The date of arrival, you put it right here. Okay, you put the date of arrival. And then on 46, the date authorized to stay expire or will expire as shown on the I-94 or form I-95 or tap or print the DS duration for status. So if let's say most of the time like you can see here on the bottom over here, that's what it says duration of the status. If the date of arrival, you put it here. But if let's say like student, you don't know exactly when you're gonna leave, you can put like a DS here, which is on duration of status. But in case you know when you're supposed to leave the country, you put that date here. And then the beneficiary on passport information, you're gonna put passport number here on 47. And then from here we move to 48. 48 will be the travel document. In case that person, the beneficiary, using travel document, then you're going to put a travel document number here. 49 country that issued the passport travel document, you put that country here. expiration date for passport travel document, you put it right here. And then for beneficiary employment information, that's what we're going to put here. Over here it said that provide the beneficiary current employment information if applicable, even if they are employed outside the United States. Okay, if the beneficiary is currently unemployed, tap or print unemployed, okay, on 51A. So basically, let's say if your beneficiary, in this case that your spouse is not working, you just put unemployed over here. But in case your beneficiary is working, you put the name of the employer, the address of the employer, city or state where the employer is located, zip code, and if it's there is a province, postal code or country, you put that, and then the date on the employment begun, you just put that date your spouse started the job, you put it here. Additional information about beneficiary, okay, on 53, was on the beneficiary ever in immigration proceeding? If it's yes, you click yes. If it's no, you click no. Okay, if you answer yes, select the type of proceeding, provide the location and date of the proceeding. Okay, if you're like if the person is having a problem with the immigration system, then what kind of problem is having? Is it because they're trying to remove that person from United States of America? Is it because it's exclusion, deportation? So other judicial procedure. So you choose the correct proceeding, okay, information here, and then the city or state of that proceeding, this state, and then the date. You put a date here as well. From there, we're going to move to the part 4. Continue here. So part 4, basically, let's say I don't want to make sure I don't miss anything. This is 57. Okay, 57 say if the beneficiary native written language does not use a Roman letter type or print his or her name and foreign address in their native written language. So some of people don't use the ABC, to write those information. You just have to use whatever letters they use. That's what you're going to use and then to put on that personal information, like the name, last name or first name or middle name, the street address, and all those information, the country, the province, okay, in that particular language he or she use. Okay, and then over here, as you can see, if your spouse, let me click on a little bit off over here, if filing for spouse, provide the last address at which you physically live together. If you never live together, just type never live together. So basically, if you and your spouse, or let's say you guys who used to live in France before you moved to United States of America, and turn a petition for that spouse, you put that last address you guys live together there. But in case you never live together, just put never live together over here, okay, on 59A, and then you fill up this information, zip code, the country, all those, and then from which day to which day you guys live on that address. And then over here on the bottom here, it says the beneficiary is in the United States of America and will apply for adjustment of status to that of the lawful permanent resident at the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service, which is a USCIS office. So if that person gonna adjust his or her status here, so you're gonna put a city and state of the USCIS and where that person will go, city or town, and then you put a state over here, okay, on 61B, and then on 61, let's say 62B, okay, the beneficiary will not apply to adjustment of status in the United States of America, but he or she will apply for an immigrant visa abroad at the U.S. Embassy or U.S. Consulate in. So if in case that person will come to United States of America on immigrant visa, I mean your beneficiary, which in this case is your spouse, then you're going to put the city or state of the embassy where he will go to for interview. You put that here. If there is a province, you put a province, and then a country. Okay, they put note over here. On choosing a U.S. embassy or U.S. consulate outside the country of the beneficiary and last resident does not guarantee that it will accept the beneficiary case for proceeding. In this situation, the designated U.S. embassy or U.S. consulate has discretion over whether or not to accept the beneficiary case. So make sure on the U.S. consulate you choose the U.S. consulate close to where the person lives. Okay, All right, and then from there we're going to move to part 5. Part 5 basically is other information. So what that means here, no one, they say, have you ever previously filed petition for this beneficiary or any other alien? If you ever file a petition for that person, you check yes. If you never file it, you check no. Okay. If you check yes, and then you have to provide the name, place, date of filing, and the result. So if that's the case, you put that person last name, first name, or middle name, the city of town and state, and then the date you filed that petition, and then what was the result? Was it approved, denied, or withdraw? You put it over here. Okay. If you are also submit separate petition for other relative, provide the name and of and your relationship of each relative. So let's say you petition, if you are a U.S. citizen, you know you have to petition for your spouse and separately, and then your children also separately. Let's say you have another child you want to petition for, and you put that child information here. Basically, the other person you petition for beside your spouse, you put the last name of that person, first name or middle name, and the relation. If it's your daughter, you put daughter. If it's your son, you put son. And then from there, if there is another person, you just continue with the second relative you petition for. Okay, and then you provide all those information here. There is a kind of warning and penalty. You're going to just read through this one and know exactly what it is. Okay, because if you provide the false information, there will be a penalty. Okay, just read through it. I don't want to make this video too long. And then from there, we're going to move to part 6. Okay. So part 6 basically is a petitioner statement and contract information declaration signature. Okay, so this is where the petitioner will say that okay, he can read and understand English, meaning that he understands all the question and answer those questions correctly. In case the petitioner uses an interpreter, so he has to use click on 1B. Okay, and then we're going to provide information of that interpreter on part 7, which is going to be the next part. Okay, over here. If the person use a preparer, somebody could help him prepare this one, so we're gonna put the name of that preparer, or maybe the company's name here, but the preparer information will be in part 8. We're gonna see that in a minute. Okay, and then you, the petitioner, like I say, you have over here you put your daytime information. Okay, the daytime phone number, your phone, if you have a cell phone number, you put it here. If you have an email, you put it here. You, the petitioner. Okay, so over here, the petitioner declaration of certification. So basically what is this is like whatever document you provide, they are good document, right document, genuine document. You provide all the information correctly. You don't put any fake information. So basically that's what it is. Okay, and you understand that all can whatever they're gonna have that can happen. So let's just go through this quick. So it just say a copy and any document I've submit as that photocopy, or you now generate original document, and understand that the USCIS may require that I submit original document to USCIS the later date. Furthermore, I authorize to release of any information from any of my record that USCIS may need to determine my eligibility for the immigration benefit I seek. I will say basically you just read through this. I further authorize or release of information contained in this petition in a supporting document in my USCIS record to other entities in person where necessary for the administration and enforcement of the U.S. Immigration laws. So understand that USCIS may require me to appear for an appointment to make my biometric fingerprint photograph and signature. So okay, and then at the time if I'm required to provide a biometric, I will be required to sign an oath or reaffirmation that I provide or authorize all the information contained in and submitted with my petition. I review and understood all the information in and submitted with my petition, and all of this information may complete true and correct at the time of filing. So you certify. Okay, so I certify, meaning that once you read through all this, you agree, you just sign it right here. You're signing right here. This is where you, the petitioner, are going to sign. Make sure you sign this one, okay? Sign in ink. So if you fill it up online, print it out, and so you can sign it. And then you put the date you sign, okay? And then from there, we're going to move to part 7, which I was talking about earlier, which is about the interpreter. In case you use the interpreter, you put that interpreter name over here, or last name, or first name, and then if that person is has a business, or it's a business, you just put that business name over here, and then you put the address, the mailing address of the interpreter of that organization that help you with the document to interpret whatever is on the form. You put that information in here, and then the contact information of that interpreter. You put a daytime phone number, cell phone, or email, okay? And then and then from there, you, the interpreter, you're gonna certify. You're gonna, I certify under penalty of perjury that I'm fluent in English, and let's say the person you help understand only Arabic, so you translate everything, you interpret everything from English to Arabic. You put Arabic here, you read through everything here, and then if you agree, you just sign it and put a date, okay? The same thing will go for preparer. Preparer is basically somebody who help you prepare the whole form, okay? If somebody help you, you just put that. If nobody help you, don't have to fill up this. If you didn't use interpreter or preparer, you don't have to fill up this form. You can just put NA. In case you use the preparer, you put that preparer last name, first name. If that preparer is an organization or business that help you, you put the name of the business. The preparer mailing address, you put that mailing address over here, information, okay? Street number and all those stuff, apartment, floor, or street, city or state, and zip code, province if it's like in Canada or any country that use province, or postal code in country, okay? And then from there, as a preparer, also you're gonna provide the preparer. You're gonna put a preparer information, contact information in case they want to contact that person. Put a phone number, the cell phone number, and email address. And then as a preparer, you have to, the preparer gonna put a preparer statement. I'm not an attorney. If the preparer is not an attorney, he's gonna put it here. He's not an attorney or credit representative. If the preparer is an attorney, just check this box over here, okay? In the petition of this case, extend. If the case will extend, check this one. If does not extend beyond the preparation of this petition, check this one over here. And then from there, of course, the preparer are going to sign as well. They're going to sign over here and then date it, okay? And then from there, part 9 is basically additional information. In case you need additional, you want to provide additional information. Let's say you have like 10 kids, just for example, you can provide the information of those 10 kids on the form. You can use on this form over here to provide additional information. Over here, it say if you need extra space to provide any additional information within this petition, use this space below. If you need more space than what is provided, you may make a copy of this page and to complete and file with this petition, or attach a separate sheet or of paper. Tap or print your name, the a number, if any, at the top of each sheet, okay? So basically, if you're gonna use a sheet, or another sheet, to do that, make sure you put the alien number on top of the each sheet, okay? And then you put the page number, you put the part number, and also item number, okay? So if it's let's say it's part 2 on page, maybe page 2, part 2, and item is like a 2A, you just make sure you put that right information. And then make sure you put a last name, a first name, and then also middle name, and the alien number of that person for whom you provide the information, okay? And then you can see here the page number, the part number, and the item number. So this is how you do it to provide additional information in case you can fill up those information on the form itself, okay? You have all this, but if you still need more information, like they say, you can use another paper, another separate sheet, but make sure you put a number on each sheet, okay? So basically, this is how I will fill up the form I-130 for my spouse. If I want to file this one for my spouse, this is how I do. If I want to fill it up for my brothers or my sisters or my parents, so basically just the same thing, but just the information is going to be different for each relative. So if you have any question, just leave in the description below. I'm going to do my best to reply to those questions. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys love it, learn something from. If you know somebody who need to watch this video, please share with that person. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more video like this one, all you gotta do is click on this. Once again, my name is John. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.
USA Monde.